And we
Hello!
are back.
We're back.
Hopefully Rockville doesn't come up and be a menace again.
Well, he might do. You never know.
But yet again,
Right.
whenever you provide a child,
So that we're around?
that you don't give, like, for some, here's something we should go over. Parental permission. Like, whenever you give someone parental, like, when you don't give them parental permission, like, they just do terrible at it when they do try. They don't win at all. But like in some games that they're definitely not supposed to be doing, they somehow do it. But in things they're not really interested in, and like they do terrible. But then when you're given parental permission, you just instantly do it well at it. Like it's just something about being able to do it and not having for every second put it under the bed so you'd to hide it from your parents, which not many kids do. Like like some kids do it on YouTube. That's like what all kids that aren't on gaming channels or entertainment channels do on YouTube.
Okay, seems to line up a bit there. Oh. Why is it not fitting?
Okay, someone's pumping weed killer into this room again. Luckily, when the spirit of Eldari is back, he's not gonna like that.
Spirit of Eldari?
Durthu. Why do I keep getting confused with 40k? I guess it's just one of the most popular Games Workshop franchises.
Yeah, 40k.
Like,
I think
Necromda's got nothing on it.
What has?
Not like if you unless you count Old, there's not really something that is as popular as 40k in Games Workshop.
Well, Old World definitely seems to be super popular at the moment, doesn't it?
Yeah, like nothing other than Old World can actually compete with 40k.
See, this is the problem here. So have I glued this together wrong?
I mean, we also have Lord of the Rings, which is still very popular, but not as popular as 40k. Which is when you do Games Workshop. What is the? Rockville was sitting on that chair, so I had to do one.
Okay.
When you do.
Okay, so that's why, because that one goes in there.
What I
Helps if I do the right
get is that when you paint it as a beginner, it looks absolutely. It sometimes looks absolutely horrible, but then as soon as you do a paint,
more sense that way around.
But then as soon as you check up the paint and then start going over it with other paints, then it suddenly just turns things insanely good. Like it's just like you can't really tell the difference. Like that's normally what happens with models. You paint them terrible. You are someone who actually wants to fix it, paints it, and then it suddenly turns good. Like no shit.
Okay, mate. I need 71C, 6, and 73C.
You can't get them all.
Wait,
meaning
push.
they're risky.
Come on. This one here. This box.
But yeah, again, they're really easy to put. Unless if you are counting Nolan Oil, who is the pest of paints.
Come on, you.
But Nolan Oil.
Nolan? Do you mean Nolm?
Nolan Oil.
Nolm.
No.
Nolans.
Like you sound like a group of female singers. Feel so old now.
It's the pest.
Can you clipper these out, please, mate?
But hopefully we won't have to use that one in a long time, even though we have it.
Can you clipper these out, mate? This one here. 71C, 6, and 73C.
Okay. Feel very low down. Need to squat up a bit. Bring that down. I am a constant fiddler. This sort of way. There we go. Better? I I'm no good at these things.
Not
No.
many people are.
No, I think there are lots of people who are. But I'm learning. We're trying, aren't we? Okay.
Beginners sometimes triumph. But
Sometimes
in
we-
the end, you won't always do it. All you need to do is think of success.
No, I'm
And
going
then
to
it happens.
That's for the sword.
All you need to do is think of success.
Okay.
Think of what you can do in your performance. Then you put up a performance
Okay.
like you've never done before. And it doesn't matter if you come in second place. And like if someone tries to beat you down just because they came in a higher place than you, they're the real losers. Because at least you had fun. They're all about winning.
Ooh,
And
got
you
it.
actually
I got it.
have something else than winning.
Okay.
Someone
Right, what we got here?
Someone-
Mushing rooms.
someone to help you.
Yeah, mushrooms. Little bracket fungus. Happy now you're singing, aren't you, mate? So we'll trim this down. Whoa!
So far,
One of
we
these.
have something.
What do you mean we've got something?
We have one piece.
Oh, it's windy outside, isn't it?
Wait, what's that symbol? Okay, Dad, I forgot what this symbol is, but we have a symbol. Here, I'll show you the symbol. Show you the symbol. Show you the symbol. Show you the symbol. Show you the symbol.
What are we looking at? Which one where?
That symbol.
Not sure about that one.
Okay, hopefully we learn later and then regret it. Because that's what
Could you just-
happens when you have a magazine, but you're meant to do it later. But you're meant to do it later.
I'll tell us somewhere. Right, where did I get to here? What was on this side? So I think we've got all the bracket fungus down here. This is where we get a bit pedantic, or at least I do, when it comes to things like this. I get weird. Trying to get on the gaps, and then ultimately miss them anyway. So, hey ho. Where you gone? Can't see you. There he is.
I'm back.
You're back.
Another one.
Another one.
Okay.
Tell you what else we've done this weekend, apart from catching with gladiators. Was we're watching Percy Jackson, aren't we?
Yeah.
You like that one, don't you? You've read the book, haven't you?
I will be back.
You'll be back, right? So I'm afraid everyone's stuck with me. Right then. do. I find it quite therapeutic doing this sort of stuff. I think it's therapeutic when you feel you don't have anything else to do after, you know, in a rush. Otherwise you sort of stress out. Yes, I won't lie, this one seems to have more mobilised than some, but I don't know if that's just the nature of the type of model it is. Or because it's just got larger pieces. So it's a bit more difficult to sort of hide it in the most intricate detail. So it's great big bits of bark. Okay. Let's have a look what we've got here. Yeah, I think we're okay with that one. Okay. And then this one here. Oh. It's doing a virus scan. I wonder it was getting a bit jumpy in places. Right. How many drop frames we haven't done? We're okay. Should be okay. Hopefully we're going to get an upgrade on the visuals by next weekend. And we can make things a little bit clearer for you. And then hopefully we can actually crack on with the painting as well, because we're putting together this large model here. But we haven't done anything in the way of painting. Now which side does this one go? That's a ball joint. Is this right in here? Oh, that's not right. What has he given me? Okay, so he's given me 8. Is this 8? No, this is 6. There's 73 seats. So by the look of it, looking at the picture, you get this here. You get the ball joints. This is the flat piece goes in here, does it? Right, so there's a flat bit end on there. There's a flattish end on there, rather than the ball socket there. So this one fits on here. Yes, it does. That fits nice and snug. So we can go straight over to that. Okay, I can see how it works. So you've got the curl. Come on, there we go. Arching down there. That's a bit too much. Now, if it does get on my model, don't try and wipe it off because it will start to actually melt the plastic. Instead, you can wait for it to dry, and then if it looks a bit funky, you can just try and file it down. Or at least that's what I've found. There may be actually better advice out there, but for me, I don't know. Helps to fill in the gaps as well. So that's that bit done there. Very nice. Okay. Right, I need the next one, please, which means I need 71C, please, sir.
Can we glue these together first?
Yeah, we just have.
Why'd you keep gluing stuff together?
Well, you'd gone. I mean, come on, 71C. Otherwise, I'm sat here twiddling my thumbs, not doing anything. Not the most interesting stream.
71C. Oh yeah, I forgot.
Right. Itchy itch. Yeah, bad hands. Right. Where are we now?
I'm still looking there.
Still looking? Still looking. Anyway, yes, Percy
And
Jackson.
I will try my hardest not to reference any sort of music.
We can reference music if you want to. But Percy Jackson.
Look, it's really hard to. Plus there is something on YouTube that called copyright, which they are very strict on.
Yes. You've got to have the rights. But there is some... there are some places you can go for music which is copyright free. God, words escape me when you're in the middle of a stream. That's not good, is it? Let's just see what we're doing. Okay. Right then. Okay. Cool. Go on then, fella.
If you were to have a model, and that model had one attack, but every time it hits on every attack
Peace. Come on.
did 12 damage.
Come on. Peace, please.
Or a model that had 12 attacks, but every time it hit did 2 damage.
Right.
Which one would you take?
Depends on what you're attacking. So, if you know that you are going to be up against a horde army, so if you know you're going to be up against something like orcs and goblins, or I'm trying to think of other horde armies, any sort of army where you get lots and lots and lots of little things, then you're going to want to...
Skaven?
Skaven would be a good idea. Then you're going to want to... Again, that depends, because there's different things in the Skaven army. So if you're hitting just clan rats, you want the 12 attacks, because you want to try and take out as many of the clan rats as possible, things like that. However...
Dwarves, Silverlymph and Stormcast Eternals are off the board. What about the armies of the undead? They're swarm armies. They're very weak considering
Are they swarm armies?
And they've decayed. Unless you technically count the flesh-eating council, but yet again, the flesh-eating council are still...
Are you on about the ghouls?
I'm talking about the flesh-eating council.
Yeah, the flesh-eating courts.
Technically they're undead, and technically they're very frail because they're rotting.
They're coming for your council.
But technically they're stronger because they still have a mind. Like, The flesh-eating counts are the one, to me, are
They're
the
called
most
the flesh-eating
confusing.
corpse.
The flesh-eating corpse are one of the most confusing model classes in the game because of just how confusing they are. They're in the armies of the undead, but yet again they don't act like they're undead. They're in the armies of the undead. Are they rotting or not? It's really confusing. It is very confusing.
It looks like.
It is
from
very
the
con-
diagram,
it is
it's
very
this bit in this
confused.
way.
It is very confusing
Yeah,
for me.
that
Just
fits
like
perfectly
why,
now.
just like why, how in the world did, how in the why in the world, why in the world did rats in Age of Sigmar try and eat some sort of
Come here. Come here.
some sort
Come on.
of some sort of 9 rounds uranium.
It's not really warpstone, can you? No. It's still warpstone.
Technically, it's still
Not so far out.
radioactive.
Not so far. Keep it in there. when you
Technically, it's still
Hang on.
Technically,
It may
it's still
drain.
radioactive.
start. Well, it's not radioactive. I think it's just magic.
Magic can contain
As I
radio.
said, my knowledge is more based around the old world. Okay, so we're sort of getting into Age of Sigmar now, aren't we? Okay.
In Age of Sigmar, to be honest, most magic in Age of Sigmar that even includes warping through mountains.
Come here,
At
Mush.
least includes some
Come here, Mush.
some sort of radius.
Like this.
Some radius.
Like this.
Some sort of radius.
Don't put your hand on top. Try and put it to the side. like
Some
me.
sort of radiusum element,
There's-
because
I don't
there is no way, there is no such thing as a radioactive warp in Age of Sigmar, because that's just silly.
That's a good point. Is there
Even
radioactivity?
Even just so much, even just so little that it's enough to not even feel effective, which is
Right.
a very, very little.
Okay, need number 8. Number 8. Have a little bit of a try.
No.
You seem to know a lot.
It's not knowing when you have to question and then reveals knowledge. Questioning that reveals knowledge is very popular. Is very, very popular. Like there are entire communities that dedicate themselves to a franchise just to figure out what is going on, and why did some sort of game have that weird ending that's really anticlimactic in this really huge game, really huge game that is in this really huge game that is one of the biggest points of the internet archaeology there is, because that's what companies do. They make a game, and once they make the game, they make a bunch of cutscenes that make questions. Questions makes curiosity. Curiosity leads
Right.
someone
And
to figure it out, and no one listens.
start these 9,
And
10,
then
11,
there's
12.
a bunch of branches, and
9,
then
10,
a
11,
world
12.
war- and
9,
then a
10, 11,
world war
12.
starts because of no one knowing the true answer.
Yeah, because do you know why we need to hurry up? Because we've only got about 35 minutes to try and do this.
Huh?
Okay, so we're aiming to finish about 6:30. I'm going to try and get this done. You're walking around having a good old chat, aren't you?
I always am chatting.
Yeah, so that's the problem. Sometimes you slow down, dude. We're going to get this done,
So to be honest,
because we
And
can't
to
start
be
painting
honest,
until we start doing
and to be
lots of paint,
honest, what could possibly go wrong when a community makes a cutscene that makes no absolute sense, and they have to wait 5 sequels to figure it out?
What are you on about,
Absolute
dude?
internet war,
What are you on about?
and we all know how that ends.
No, we don't. I don't know what you're on about. Talk to me,
There's
dude.
finally a conclusion, and everyone agrees on it. Only for 5 years later, there to be another more accurate conclusion, and then another one, and then another one for it to all start again.
Fella, what are you on about?
I am talking about I am talking about
About-
internet trying to make sense of games.
Okay.
Sense of games in their cutscenes because of and starting internet war in Discord servers so they can start chatting around and
Have you got me
making
9, 10, 11 and
absolute
12? Have you got 9,
arguments.
10, 11 and 12?
No.
Come on then.
Why are there so many pieces?
Because it's an intricate model.
I mean, I get that, but
Did I have
you
one?
really need to make.
I'm sure I did somewhere. I may still have it. I'm sure I had an old world, like very early tree man somewhere. He was just this. He was about 3 parts of metal, the 2 arms and then the body, and you glued it together. So, for anyone who's a particular age, when Mike McVeigh was doing, is it Mike McVeigh? And he did a few things for Wood Elves, and that's one. I got into Wood Elves then. But then I got into when they did a bit of a reboot later on.
Out of all the
Um,
armies in all
I got
the
to Empire
in
then.
all the Warhammer,
Yes.
you are going to think of space marines. But if you do not,
Can I ask you a question? Which one's 11, which one's 12, which one's 13? Which one's 10, 11 and 12?
Well, if
Did
I
you work
remember
that? Did you
correctly,
Yes.
this one was 12, this one was 11, and this one was 10.
Right, put them in order, numerical order.
Okay, 10, 11, 12.
Okay, got it?
I mean, they're practically all the same.
They're practically all the same, but I think they're posed ever so slightly differently.
Besides,
Well, this could be interesting.
besides,
Okay,
we can
so-
tell. Besides, we can tell from which one's longer.
Mm-hmm. Right, shoot your bomb.
Longer, shorter.
Right.
Longer,
So
shorter,
holding this
longer,
this way again. Which way again? Was it this way?
shorter. Okay, this way, this way, this way.
Okay, and I think it's. Is it this one?
Then which
Is it the
one
other?
is the shortest?
Okay, I'm trying to look
Then-
past you now.
So 11's the longest. So this one's 11.
This one goes there.
10 is completely. 10 is almost completely straight.
That fit in there. That fits in there. That fits in there. There we go.
When you're looking at it
Okay,
from
so
a
it goes
certain
in that way.
angle. But what angle are we looking at it from? That would be this angle. But then we have 12.
Mhm.
Okay, so that one makes sense. 11's the middle one. 12 is the one on the outside. And this one is 10.
Right, there we go. So that's coming back. So that's coming back for the claw. Looks like that's coming back for the claw, which is
To be
this bit
honest,
here.
out of all this
Should fit
guy's
in there.
weapons in gaming battle, which one do you think it is? Would be the strongest?
Probably, I don't know, sword maybe? Big sword.
In real life battle, the sword would obviously be the strongest.
Would it?
But yet again,
You say
this
obvious.
thing is technically already dead, like the armies of the undead, except it's for life.
It's not dead, it's
And-
very much alive.
It is called the spirit for a reason.
Yeah, it's a spirit of Durthu, but in this case it's a spirit that's very much alive and very angry.
You know that's basically the entire armies of dead whole things. They are the undead. That's the whole reason the word exists.
Yes, but these are champions of life.
Exactly. And this thing is the dead, but life.
Okay, you come up with
Like,
some
they
very
still
interesting
love-
suggestions.
Like remember, Silverliv
Silverliv.
still would praise a bit of death because it is part of life. Remember
Yeah.
that.
Part of a natural cycle, you're absolutely right there. I'm not gonna.
So the spirit of Durthu,
That's not.
of
nice.
course, is dead or not, is still able to be. What confuses me is that as long as it's a plant, that is, it's dead or alive, does not matter. Like
Mhm.
a plant thing in a human shape, it is survive. Is that just how their mind goes? Like if one of the armies of the dead was to possess a bunch of vines and then shape them into being a
This is 10.
treatment and then walking
Right,
through them for
okay.
5 weeks only to backstab the entire arm we need to backstab the entire army. Like, is that how this goes? For some reason, in the Age of Sigmar, things are either really smart when they're not meant to be, or really dumb when they are meant to be. Take dwarves for example. If the player moves them straight into the path of a Gloomspite get ability, or a Gloomspite get ability that is known for hitting single units, then it's in trouble. Reminder, dwarves are meant to be smart, but if the player makes them do something dumb, then they're dead. But then we have the armies of the dead, where you could be a professional player moving a zombie unit perfectly to get behind the enemy lines, taking out all the ranged units.
Yeah, but zombies aren't the intelligent ones. Zombies are commanded by necromancers and vampires, and they're the clever ones.
Exactly. But when you have them all alone, they're not smart. They are just going to go on a tear through all of the units they see. So how come they would know that big giant spear is bad, and walk to the side and simply walk to the side so it misses while you can move while if the player doesn't roll a good enough defense roll or gets hit, the dwarf doesn't just walk to the side.
I think
The dwarves have jetpacks, and they are meant to be smart, yet they can't even use them. Even if they don't, like, imagine if Age of Sigmar lore is just that if they have to actually just roll dice, and if they just don't roll the dice properly, then they just let it happen, and if they don't, they just magically just magically get hit with
So what are you saying about zombies? Do you not understand how they can evade attacks or something?
Like if you're a dwarf and you're fighting against a zombie.
Right. Okay. So dwarf versus zombie.
One. You are almost smarter than any unit in Age of Sigmar.
What, zombies?
Are
there zombies in Age of Sigmar?
Yeah, necessarily.
Are there zombies in Age of Sigmar?
Yes, necessarily.
Yes, necessarily. Do you know that though?
What is the entire flesh-eating council? Is it undead or not?
Flesh-eating courts. Well, that's. Are you sure this one's 10? Because it doesn't feel like it flips very well into 10. You sure that's not?
Okay, it could be flipped around. It's not 11.
Stop moving.
11's the longest one. Yeah, but it fits in 12, doesn't it?
It fits in the middle.
Yeah, that one's
not
12.
so much there. Not so much there. So
that one's 11.
This one feels like the middle.
No, the longest one's the middle.
The longest one is the middle. Is the longest one the middle then? Okay, so the longest one is the middle. Okay.
So if that's the longest one, which is the middle. That one seemed
number 12. Is number 12 more angled? So should that one go there? Or could do. Why couldn't you keep these in order?
Like, if you necessarily were having a zombie in Age of Sigmar, which probably does exist.
That's got to be the first one.
If you were telling ghost stories, there would always, about Undead Edition, you would always bring up a zombie story. It is inevitable. It is inevitable, and eventually you will have to say zombie eventually. You can't just keep going from going to skeleton to vampire to Frankenstein to ghost. You will inevitably have to say zombie at one point, because you will run out of ideas and you will have to resort to it.
Right. I'm still confused what you're trying to say, little man.
But in Age of Sigmar, if you have necessarily one of those dumb zombie guys fighting an orc, which literally have jetpacks, remember remember, the dwarfs are meant to be smart. Why doesn't the dwarf, like the zombies are going to be very threatening, but yet again, why doesn't the dwarf just put a cannon to its face?
What are you up to, old man?
Like, it's not like the zombie can do anything, it's dumb. It is not necessarily have a mind of its own.
I don't think it does have a mind of its own at all.
Flesh-eating corpse. It's insane.
Well, but the flesh-eating corpse are ghouls, though.
Yeah, necessarily. But if you have anyone in a dumb dead unit, then you will necessarily then in real life, all the dwarf needs to do is put one of its cannon arms to its face, and then it's over. It's over. What is a zombie going to do against a cannon?
I don't know, mate.
Okay, Rockwiller is in the room. I am slowly backing him out.
No, I'll be quiet.
Go on then, let him in then.
You can sit on the bed. Just don't talk. Or try and do anything. But when you're just doing anything, necessarily anything, like anything with the zombies, in real life, almost any sort of unit would be able to beat it.
Yeah,
like,
but
Stormcaster tunnels have long spears. They are well aware. They are technically angels in the age of Sigma. But yet again they can be beaten by a zombie.
But don't forget, the zombies aren't right. So zombies are commanded by a necromancer or a vampire. Okay.
Like the zombies have a limited amount of life. So eventually, they will rot away, and when they do become a skeleton, their bones will eventually break to a point where they can't fight anymore. Meanwhile, the Stormcaster tunnels can do that infinitely.
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 Well, they might not be able to do it for infinitely, because every time they get reforged, they kind of lose a little bit of themselves, don't they? That's part of the problem.
Meanwhile, the dwarves over here, who are well aware they can have cannons, can't even crush skeletons good because they don't shoot, because they just decide to not shoot, wait to shoot another cannonball. Like, how long does it take you to reload on your tires? And plus, if you are reloading, how do you dodge a zombie's attack? Are you just constantly flying, but then you sometimes just randomly come down? Like, just fly forever.
Okay.
You have the ability to do that. You have flying ships. Just don't get off the ship and just start shooting all the zombies down.
Look, put dog in.
Plus,
And then
any unit that has the ability to fly should not be able to be hit by any other unit that can't fly.
Right.
Like, if you have a Stormcaster tunnel that can fly, just keep flying. Aren't your wings technically made of lightning? Like I'm pretty sure you have many ranged units that have the ability to fly. Yet they just don't stand in the sky and just unleash pain on things that clearly can't
why do
reach
you
them.
have 5 subscribers?
Plus, how do the Stormcast... Plus, if we are talking about the armies of the dead, how do the Stormcaster tunnels beat the ghosts? They are ghosts. You cannot kill what is already dead.
Yeah, but they've got magical weapons, dude.
Subscribe to us.
Yeah,
We only have 5 subscribers.
We do.
No matter what you do,
But we're here for a laugh, aren't we?
no matter what you do in real life, even if there was this sort of magic, the dwarves and all the units was sing. The undead armies would be one of the weak. Only faction would be the ghosts that could actually even think about beating any unit.
Put that down. Right. There's the hand. I've put it onto the arm. Okay, but you need to put the arm on.
Here, I'll show.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put some glue in here. There we go. Right, you ready? Let's put that arm in here. You ready? Just
Balls
readjust
of time.
readjust your hand. That's it. Good boy. Okay, so it kind of comes back like this. There we go. Perfect. In one. So hold that there for a second.
Like, I know this is never going to be answered, but
Mhm.
why in the world, even in Age of Sigmar, do the armies of chaos
Mm-hmm.
not bond with the armies of destruction? Destruction and chaos are practically
Okay.
are technically the same thing.
They are not
No,
technically
they're
the same.
No,
thing
they're
at all.
invincible.
They are not the same thing at all.
Like, I know
No,
they're just
they're
not the same.
invincible.
I technically know that they
Oh,
are
just
not
kidding.
the
They're not
same.
invincible.
Well, they're not. They're not.
That's not important.
Right.
But destruction is a part of chaos.
Mm.
Destroying buildings is a chaotic matter.
They
So
do.
why don't the armies of chaos get some tell the
Okay.
orcs about the
Right.
Stormcaster tunnels and that they're really good for beating
Okay.
up.
Right. Destruction and chaos aren't the same thing. Okay. Chaos are motivated by the chaos gods. Okay. It's the whim of the chaos gods. Okay.
Let me see.
Orcs and goblins, ogres, those sorts of things. Not so bothered about the chaos gods. The orcs pretty much just want a good scrap. Okay. The ogre Moor tribes very
That's
much.
going to be your biggest games workshop.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. You're gonna come help me put it together, dude.
If all the models you think will get in this subscription, which one do you think will get? Which one do you think would be the choice? Now, if we
Can
talking
I
in
have-
height of models stacked on top of the,
Get that in your mouth.
now if we're talking in necessary
You come help me put the body on.
technical
Yeah.
height of models,
Gentle,
Can
gentle,
I-
gentle.
height of models,
I want to.
Go on, then, you help too. Go on.
unit height, that
Gentle,
would be
just a
the
little
entire
bit. Good
unit
boy.
stacked on
Thank
top,
you.
which would be way taller
Okay,
than
there you go.
all.
Good
Then
boy.
that means that
Let's
those
see.
that
There
those
he is.
that those
No,
indicators
show
would be
him to
towering
the
over
camera.
I will
every
show him to the camera,
single
but I'm
mod-
just trying to make sure he's stuck on
Those
first.
20
What
goblins
about
would be
the
towering
head?
against
We're
anyone.
doing the head of the sword next. That's the next thing. So here we are so far. So if you hold it on my hand,
That
for
is
frame of
one
reference.
big model.
No, turn it.
Now. Here's something
Hang
that
on.
I'm confused.
Hit your mouth. Thank you.
Remember, wait, can we
Okay,
take this
if you
off
take it
camera?
gently,
Can
yeah.
we take this off camera
If you
for a
do it
second?
gently,
Now, this was the biggest model. Now we already know it's overshadowed, but how overshadowed is it?
Okay.
Compare 'em.
I got it. Okay.
And
So
they
we've got-
are very overshadowed. It stands decently against him, but yet again, Durthu is standing way tall.
No, I think this one is the biggest one of my models.
Yes, but that's a tank.
That's technically one of your models because you brought it for me. But that's one of our biggest models.
That's your biggest model, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a hammerhead, haven't
Necessarily
you?
not the biggest in the house because we do have tanks.
We do have tanks. I do have a Baneblade somewhere. Still not put together again. So basically, I've got a huge pile of shame. And so the idea of the streaming is give me an opportunity to sit down, okay, and actually start moving through some of these bits. We've got the subscription to Stormbringer, which we'll be working through bit by bit. I've got my old world, so I've got a lot
Look
of.
at this guy, he's so cool.
Yeah, so
That's
if you just sort of
my
put it against a
Stormcast
standard.
leader.
I mean, these Stormcast guys are
And-
pretty big
oh
as individual
my
miniatures,
God.
so there's a good comparison.
Let me show you a coloured one.
To be honest, I think
Well,
And it's only about the size of
that's a
up to
charioteer.
his knee. That's very cool.
Right then.
what's the
Okay.
smallest model we could have?
Head and the sword.
What about
Smallest.
What about Griffhound?
That's not the
Mr.
smallest
Griffhound.
model. What, these guys?
Oh yeah, Gits. I forgot about the Gits.
Right, you need to start moving on to the next bit. So, next page.
This
Let
is
me
the
tell
final
you.
part, the head.
Always remember in the literature the absolute hatred that anything of the forest had with grots. So, yes.
To be
Stumpy.
honest, that's strange. I thought it was Iron Jaws.
Iron Jaws. Right, so we need from you number 60C and 61C, please.
This is one of the smallest of the gimps we have. No, the biggest gits we have. That's the biggest git we
Yes,
have.
it's one of the biggest gits we've got.
There's a real. What's really nice? There's a real selection from
It's
this.
got a bigger hat.
He's got a bigger hat.
George,
Hats are
technically,
important.
it is
Hats are
not the
important.
biggest git we own, technically.
It's holding a sword up, which counts as the.
This is probably the biggest one.
Oh,
As an individual
technically
git
we
model,
do
as an
technically-
individual. Look, these two, which came in the set.
Technically, we
Beautiful
do have
models.
a bigger Gloons by Git model, but yet again, we
There we go.
Yet again, this is our biggest model because it can jump. Can you move your hands
I
for a
can
sec?
move my hand.
Because it can
Oh,
jump
it's
over
grip
the
hand.
tree. So it can jump over the tree. So it's
it is
technically
a
our
grip
biggest.
hound. It is a
Right.
grip hound.
See those down there, little man?
These are specially bred to be.
Okay, have you done 61C and 60C? Otherwise, we're not going to get it done. We've got 15 minutes, mate. 15
Can I
minutes.
put my head on the camera?
It's a bit difficult to put your head under the camera, dude. You are an absolute menace, aren't you? Careful, it's bright. You're going to get it in your eyes. It's bright under there.
Hi.
But I can see your bloody nose from
No,
smoking
Henry,
earlier.
Henry, look! Henry, look, my head! Henry, look. Henry, look,
No.
it's coming up! It's coming up!
He's got to get 61C out.
Henry, look, my head's up! Henry, look.
It's alright, you can look at it again later. Come on, you. Good boy. Right, 61C. Let's do this. Okay, stop putting that in your mouth, mate. You're gonna hit your teeth. You're already a bit gappy as it is, aren't you?
Hot glue.
Okay. You were doing colour by number downstairs. What's happened? Where's Mummy?
Oh, she's gone bad.
Don't think she has. You want to go check?
Yeah.
Go.
Something
You finish your colour by number, then I can help you out.
Something seems
So the question is then. So I'm assuming this
Are we going to
is.
put any music on for work?
This is Spirits of Durthu. So I'm assuming from this set you can make more than one type of model.
Henry,
So
play Big Children.
you've got all these different bits and pieces here. Staff here. It's really nice. I'd love to know how I can use these parts, but I don't think I can
Let's.
because they're just not got.
To be honest,
It's not a full model here.
I wonder what you could do with. I wonder what the next Spirit of Durthu model will look like.
Henry, look, my head's going to pop up. Henry, look, my head's going to pop up soon. And wait for it. My head's popping up, Henry. Wait for it. My head's popping.
Right, mister.
This guy is very self-attracted. Hey, can you leave the room for a minute? Like, how about 10? For like an hour?
No, no. I want to stay there with your screen.
Alright, well you sit in that chair then. Nice and comfy.
Okay.
Alright, we're
Can you move
finishing.
your arms for a second?
No. Alright, that's enough.
Henry, look, my head's going to pop up again in a minute.
You're desperate to play with your brother, aren't you?
Henry, my head's going to pop up in a minute. Henry, my
I'm
head's going
banning him from the spotlight.
Don't think you can.
Henry,
I'm banning him from the spotlight.
Oi.
Henry, my
You're
head!
staying on the bed. You're staying on the bed.
Luke, just let me sit here.
No, you're not going putting your hand on that.
Okay. I just
Don't
want to
switch
sit
the
on this chair.
magazine, you. Right, what's next in the magazine, Hen? You start cutting out the next bit in the magazine.
George, can you move?
George, you shift your bum so Henry can see the magazine. Be nice.
Wait, can I?
You need to go to the
I'm
next bit in the
okay.
magazine. It's under George.
I just like doing that sound.
I know you do, mate. You like doing something funny noises, don't you?
Yeah.
You're hopefully going to set up. You want to set up your own channel, don't you?
Yeah.
What sort of things do you want to do on your channel?
Go and check
You tell
out
it.
Gaming with Rockwilla.
Yeah, so we're going to do gaming with Rockvilla, aren't we? And what sort of thing are you going to do on your website? Your website, your stream.
Anything.
Anything that takes your fancy.
No, you know anything people.
Now, if you were to know the spirit of Durthu, he has battle lines.
Henry's probably
I'm
really...
covering
No,
this piece. Dad, please, can you
guys.
cover this piece as much as
Henry's,
possible?
Rylo's best friend probably him in the land of Denver.
I'm just gonna move real.
No.
Can you say? Now, if we were to know anything about Rockville, is that
Kindness, please.
he really likes to be annoying. So if you hear him in the background of this video, try and focus on us.
I think he's...
When he does talk, I will talk more loud. So please try and ignore him.
I don't think he's trying to be annoying. I think he's just trying to be his big brother. That's all.
Can you just stay outside for a minute?
Okay, I'll stay outside.
I can't believe that. To be honest, I can't.
Don't worry, mate. You just leave him. He's alright. He's okay.
To be honest, I can't believe that worked.
Well, I don't think he'll be out for long. I think he will be back in a second.
I said
I actually want to stay in. I'll sit on the bed.
Okay, you sit
that when
quietly on
you
the bed.
file this piece, try and cover as much as possible.
Yes, this is really feeling difficult. The problem we've got with this bit here, with the way that these bits are, is that they are very delicate. You can't put too much pressure or else the whole plastic starts to bend. There seems to be
Okay, what we
a
need to
vent.
do is keep him contained and tickling him. Tickling him will cause him to move. So if we tickle him out of the room, he will stay.
Steady.
Tickle. There we go. Now you sit over there.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, you do whatever you do on that. Oh God, you know he's coming out of the shower. This is my turn.
This one's done. So does that mean there's someone here as well? Yeah, there is someone here as well. This is by far and away the fiddliest part of the whole model. What are you two doing back in the background there?
Bad Rockville. Can you sit by the door? We're about to end the stream anyway. As soon as we got these last 3
Yeah,
pieces
there's the
done.
leaves. That's there. That's there. That's there.
We also have one of the coolest pieces, I would say, in the entire model.
Right. All right.
Tickle.
Oh, the coolest thing is...
Okay, now stay on the bed. No, stay on the edge of the bed.
This is the one problem like in Games Workshop of having young children. is
No,
it's
not
always
over there.
compatible
Over the
between the
edge.
two,
Over
is
the
it?
edge. Over the edge.
Okay, I'll do
That's
that.
it. Sit
Okay.
on the pan.
So how do these fit together, matey boy? Where's the
sit on it.
all instructions? Oh, hang on a second.
Okay,
Wait,
just
got
sit
it.
on there. Just
I think we got that there. Does that go on there? Like that?
Okay, I'm trying to
Looks
contain
like it
the
fits
little
on there.
monkey.
Well, I would say
trying
ignore the
to-
little monkey and let's just focus on this. So
Okay, so
that bit sticks onto
so-
there.
Dad, can you try and cover this piece? I want to reveal it to the viewers in a minute. So
Okay, well just put it over here, just over the side of the mouse, and then they can't see
Okay,
it.
can I? Oh, I won't do that.
Okay, well you're being busy. I don't want that to disrupt you. So I'm assuming that goes that way, like that. Okay, where's that piece you just put there? Because I can't, if I can't
Okay,
file it, I
so-
can't.
Please try and cover it up as much as possible.
Okay, so you want me to cover it up and file it down?
Sing up the bed. Don't worry. I'm gonna take off.
Stop now, please.
Is he
Look at me,
doing-
look at
Okay,
me.
pan.
Stop now, please. Look at me. Look at my face, look at my face. Stop now, please.
I want to go.
No. That's not
Stop calling me
Alright,
fat.
well, I think we tried. We got quite far, but I think we're going to have to end the stream here.
That's always what the youngest child says.
We've got
Stop
two
trying
little
to be the
monkeys in the
representation
background,
of it.
trying to show off a bit, I think.
So
hopefully we'll get this little bit done.
My bed now. Don't do it. Or else.
Does anyone else have this problem? When you're sort of, you're doing a particularly grown-up hobby, and you've got two small children in the house.
Okay, I'm gonna have to stick the cat on him in a minute.
Okay. I think I'm going to have to leave it there.
You know I won't stick the cat on you. Wait, isn't
Thank you.
Wait, do cats sit stuff?
Thank you very much for joining us.
The answer is no.
I'm going to go and sort
Shut
these two
up.
little monkeys up.
Shut
and then
up.
we'll
Shut
try
up,
and get this completed
Shut up, Google.
off stream.
Shut
Okay?
up.
So,
Shut up, weird.
hope you've had a
Shut
lovely
up,
weekend.
weird AI
Take
that I
care.
definitely...
We'll see you later.